Hey. Hi. Yeah, those are my feet paws. Are we making a video on fursuit paws? For real? Jesus Christ. Let's get this over with. Hi everyone, this is Xylee the Fox, and welcome to a brand new video. Quick question. How many pairs of paws do you usually see amongst fursuiters? If the answer is 2, then well, that's right. Quite often online, I tend to see fursuit owners having at least 2 pairs of paws. I'd like to hedge my bets here and say I often see this happen online within my following reach, since there's no much literature about this topic specifically. Even if furries who own any related fursuit parts, there's no such study as to how many fursuiters actually own 2 pairs of paws. If there is any Fur Science member in the audience, please, my DMs are open. I'd love to collaborate on such a study. But I digress here. What I was trying to say was that, like these ones here, most of us own a pair of cute little paws. Yet, there's also a big group who also owns a pair of outdoors paws too, so as to wear their fursuits outside without actually having these beautiful padding all spoiled. For the record, indoor paws are a more aesthetic feature of fursuiting. Well, let me explain. Have you ever scrolled on Twitter under the hashtag paws, or have you ever heard the term paw beans? Well, it all has to do with the appreciation of fursuit paws and beans altogether, which are these beautifully looking hats that make amazing photos. In particular, these are essential in order to show cuteness online, or that's what I've seen, I guess. So, taking into account the acquisition of fursuit paws with paw pads is merely a matter of photographic beauty. There's no doubt that most fursuiters will aim to purchase these types of paws rather than comfort outdoor paws. Yet, as I observed online, in parts of the world where fursuiters are more economically able, there's no such choice, generally speaking. What I mean is that choosing to either have indoor or outdoor paws is not a question that takes away your sleep, if you know what I mean. However, here in Latin America, owning 2 pairs of paws is sometimes a luxury not many can indulge in. So, how do we walk outside? Oh, come in, you're in for a treat. These! Oh boy, these! Oh my goodness. These are Fursuit Sandals, the solution to all your suiting on a budget problems, sort of saying. I gotta say that I didn't notice how curious you guys were as regards these, hadn't it been for my suiting up reel I posted a while back. People in the comments were amazed by the existence of this item actually. What are these specifically? Honestly, there's not much science to it, because if you actually look at them closely, they're just a piece of rubber with some straps on. But my goodness, do they work? Let's talk about them in terms of shape, functionality, and comfort, because they are indeed very comfy. As a matter of fact, in terms of shape, just give them a quick look. Let's start by the basics. As a whole, they are just a flat platform, just a little bigger than the paw itself, so that the paw can actually rest properly. See also that, ideally, it should be no thinner than 2 or 3 fingers, as you can see here. This is actually very important, because the little furs that come out of your paws can get a little damaged should they constantly touch the ground. This is quite a point to make. Its shape allows for this item to be actually better than a pair of outdoor paws. And come closer, let me explain why. If you see the structure of fursuit outdoor paws, you'll see that the edges of most paws actually do touch the ground. I am not very happy with that, you know. OCD issues, you know? Just look at all these examples of fursuit paws. And hey, I do not mean they are not good paws whatsoever. I just look at the practicality of the shape. With time and the wear and tear of just walking with them outside, it's very likely that the hems and the edges of the outdoor paws will need to be replaced or even changed altogether. And don't even mention if you happen to step on water or something sticky, that's certainly bad. Essentially, sandals as a whole will prevent that the first thing the dirt off the ground touches is actually your paws. In turn, speaking of practical uses, these bad boys right here are very functional as a consequence. I truly believe that sandals are a way better option to prevent aging, the common wearing of your paws, and consequently, the damage that the paws might take as a whole by just walking. Let's be honest, it's way more inexpensive to change sandals than to actually commission new paws, right? Or having them refurbished. In terms of functionality, what you only need to take into account is that your paws will be held by a big strap and you will be able to walk perfectly if that strap is fixed properly. I mean, if you like outdoor paws, that's perfect, but if you want to save a couple extra dollars and have an extra layer of safety and comfort, well, try Fursuit Sandals. They are a must. I mean, when I tried them, it was really a one-way trip. And speaking of comfort, how do these bad boys like... Oh my gosh, stop calling them bad boys, they are just sandals. Oh my gosh. Speaking of comfort, do these sandals actually live it up? Well, this one is a bit subjective, but trust me, you feel the difference. So as to tackle the idea, I'd like to mention outdoor paws in contrast to sandals. The former tends to be heavier because they are built with extra padding, a thick sole, and additional reinforcement materials, all of which makes sense since they are meant to withstand tougher terrain. But if you've ever worn them for a while, especially under the heat of a convention maybe, or just a day of public suiting around town, you know that they can get a little stiff and tiring to move in. Especially if you have to exaggerate your steps, like, you know, like a giant beast. But sandals, on the other hand, are lighter and let your paws, in a way, quote-unquote, breathe a little more. You can walk for longer periods and your movements feel way more neutral, way more natural, almost like wearing your indoor paws normally, but with protection. Just picture yourself a day at the beach. Would you take shoes to the beach or, you know, a pair of flip-flops? It's the same logics. They do add one more element to your suiting gear, so expect to spend a little extra minutes adjusting straps and making sure everything sits snugly before you start walking. And don't even get me started in traveling. God forbid you forget to pack them. Silly, note to self, don't do it again. Alternatively, what I personally love though is that sandals don't mess up with your paw's shape or silhouette. You still get that nice rounded bean look, which is great for photos and for staying comfortable while walking around. And when you're done, you just take them off, you clean them with a little, you know, wet cloth, and boom, your indoor paws are spotless. And the sandals, well, you just put them away. Now, are they perfect? Well, no. Essentially, if yours are like mine, they can get a bit slippery depending on the floor type. Personally, this has never happened to me, but again, rarely do I go out on rainy days. I mean, oh my gosh, who actually goes out in fursuit during a rainy day? Come on, who wrote the script? And mostly, a big downside is that sometimes you'll have to retighten the straps if you're dancing or moving too much. What happens with mine is that the straps move sideways if I walk a lot, so once every hour I have to check if they are still alright or if I need a pit stop. But overall, sandals strike a very solid middle ground between safety, aesthetic, and comfort. They are light, they are functional, and most importantly, they are cheap to replace. 3 things any budget-conscious suitor will appreciate. So yeah, in my opinion, Fursuit Sandals aren't just a cheap alternative, they are a small alternative actually. Especially for those of us who don't want to sacrifice the beauty of our indoor paws just to step outside. I mean, they look gorgeous, like, look at this. At the end of the day, it all comes down to what fits your needs best. If you're constantly outdoors and moving around a lot, well, outdoor paws will give you better stability and durability. But if you mostly sit indoors and occasionally step outside for a few photos or a quick walk, sandals are a lifesaver in that case. Personally speaking, I prefer the extra layer of protection. It's comfortable and... dude! Have you ever walked on one of these? It feels as if we're walking on a cloud-made ground. You don't feel the roughness of the floor, and your walking experience in a way is way softer. I don't get tired nor sore because this extra platform absorbs the weight of my body and, in a way, cushions that force while I walk. Just sandals are the best, dude. They are, oh my gosh. But what do you guys think? If you were to sit around, would you choose to go out in outdoor paws or indoor paws plus a pair of sandals? That's a question I will leave for all of you in the comments. But for me, sandals will do it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, don't forget to comment what you found interesting, like the video to help me grow, and share it with your friends. That way, they can learn about a very interesting way to take care of your paws. I hope to see you guys in the next video, and take good care of yourselves, everyone. Meow.